Hi, I'm Carrie Blazer. Thank you for clicking on my clip. I have a free ebook linked below, my 6 Divine Feminine Self-Love Strategies. They will help you transform your emotional wounds into personal wisdom. And I take a multidisciplinary approach. There's something there for everyone because what I learned is when something's true, it's true in multiple places. Please like and subscribe and help me distribute my ebook to everyone for free by exploding my channel. Take care. Enjoy the clip. Difficulty isn't punishment. It's what builds resilience. I didn't want to put my kids to work because I had been put to work. But having kids help clean around the house and work in the kitchen and cook and act like a little human, that's how they become a grown human. But because of my childhood trauma, I didn't know how to help them move that process. I didn't know how to parent appropriately. Initiation is simply learning how to move through challenge without collapsing, avoiding, or turning against yourself like an addiction. That's how maturity forms, and that's the final skill. Self-care strategies. First, I learned Reiki. Reiki is a natural method to channel more love from the universe and help you process your wounds. And every weekend that I went to become a Reiki practitioner, I cried and I almost threw up once because that was helping me process all my emotions. And our gut houses 90% of our mental health. That's why when we get super emotional, sometimes we vomit. And so I highly recommend that. I'm a Reiki master. I'm also a Karuna Reiki master. That's feminine Reiki. So I encourage you to look into that. Healthy exercise. And you can look at what's healthy for a woman and what's healthy for a man. You can Google that. Same thing with diet. Walk barefoot in nature. Hug a tree. Like we saw in the Heart is a Vortex video, that our energy bodies naturally connect to the sun and to the earth. Look into grounding. That's walking barefoot in nature. Why is that so important? Why do Native Americans wear leather shoes and not plastic like we did? And what's the benefit of that? Establish a gratitude practice. That can be, I journal every day, and at the top, I write 3 things I'm grateful for. That could be a meditation gratitude practice. You could have little sticky notes you put up around your mirror, just say one thing you're grateful for today, and just let those sticky notes add up, and you'll quickly see how much you have to be grateful for. Remember, after I almost died when I was 30, my stepfather said I need to be grateful to God. I had no idea how to pray to God, how to be grateful for God. Like, I had no idea what he was even talking about. So I understand if gratitude doesn't flow naturally. It didn't used to for me. Meditation, shamanic drumming. So I encourage you to use that meditation, shamanic drumming video that's at the top of my YouTube channel. What are the benefits of meditation? It helps you go from fight or flight to rest and digest. The reason digest is so important is that 90% of our mental health comes from our gut. That's one reason. You have improved heart rate variability, emotional regulation. The more you can regulate your emotions, the more expansive your emotional range is. Like, it took me time, 5 years, to go from a suicide attempt to enlightenment because I had to learn how to surf bigger and bigger emotional waves. And there's the heart rate variability. Lower blood pressure. It reduces cortisol, which means less inflammation, less illness. Better emotional stability and cognitive function. Drumming benefits. Drumming is like the structure. Bum, 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 like that shamanic 4-beat count. That gets you into your theta brainwave for creativity and insight. When you're in your theta wave, you're not focused on anything outside of yourself. Like Dr. Joe Dispenza said, you're completely within yourself in the meditation or the drumming, which puts you into a meditative state. Nervous and theta is also where you dream. Nervous system regulation by inducing rhythmic entrainment with the beat. Yes, it helps you have a connection to the person doing the drum beat, which is me, and you will naturally benefit from all the emotional work I've done. I'm that fastest moving metronome. Helps access memory networks to release emotional pain, reduces pain by releasing natural opiates, like Dr. Gabor taught us. And so my YouTube channel, you could look up Carrie Blazer. It's called The Divine Feminine. This is the meditation shamanic drumming video on the left. I have educational videos, healing tips, spiritual humor. Check that out. And here's the Lakota DIY trauma healing technique, star feeding. So what they had people do is they would go out in nature and gather stones representing their pain. And they carry all the stones to a river, the stone being the masculine, the river being the feminine. And then they release them one by one while speaking the memory out loud to the water. So again, you have the masculine action with the feminine communication. And then you keep the final stone as a reminder that grief was witnessed, not erased. So the point isn't to erase the memory. The point is to get the wisdom or the knowledge out of that challenging experience to improve yourself and then to share with others. If this resonated with you, please consider subscribing for more conversations about psychology, healing, and the divine feminine, and pick up a free copy of my ebook below. Take care.